Listen carefully. Smart people get manipulated every day, not because they're weak, but because intelligence creates blind spots. Your mind can solve complex problems, but that doesn't protect you from manipulation. Machiavelli warned us, everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. So today I'm going to expose 5 manipulation tactics that target intelligent minds. Let's begin. Number 1. The intellectual flattery trap. Manipulators target intelligent people in a way that feels like recognition, not manipulation. Smart people spend their lives being valued for their intelligence, praised for good grades, clever ideas, and solving problems others can't. Over time, your identity becomes tied to being the smart one. Manipulators know this. They watch how you light up when someone acknowledges your intelligence. They see how you lean in when someone treats you like the expert in the room, so they use intellectual flattery as their opening move. You're the only person smart enough to understand this. I need someone with your level of intelligence. Most people wouldn't get this, but you're different. They're not just complimenting you, they're separating you from most people. They make you feel chosen, superior, validated, and your brain, trained to crave that recognition, absorbs it instantly. But here's the trap. Once you accept that role, you give them psychological control, because now you feel pressured to keep proving how smart you are. You start helping more, sharing more, agreeing more, just to maintain the identity they crafted for you. Machiavelli said, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived." Flattery works because it doesn't feel like deception. It feels like finally being appreciated for who you really are. But what's actually happening is that your need for intellectual validation is being weaponized. Think about it. When someone made you feel like the smartest person in the room, did you help them more? Did you share information you normally wouldn't? Did you make exceptions you wouldn't make for others? The danger is that the trap makes you complicit. You rationalize their requests. You convince yourself that your decision to help was logical, even strategic. In reality, you're maintaining the identity they gave you. That's why this tactic works so well against intelligent people. It manipulates your actions by manipulating your self-perception. It makes you believe that being manipulated was actually your idea. Repeat this affirmation. I recognize flattery as a manipulation tactic. Number 2, the complexity smokescreen. Manipulators know that intelligent people love complexity. You're drawn to intricate problems, detailed explanations, and systems that require deep thinking. Your mind seeks patterns and meaning, and they use that against you. Instead of asking for something directly, they create artificial complexity around a simple request. They tell long stories. They add unnecessary details. They overwhelm you with variables, timelines, contradictions, and layers of information. While your intelligent brain tries to make sense of the complexity, you miss the simple truth underneath. It isn't complexity, it's camouflage. They want money, but they turn it into an elaborate investment opportunity. They need help, but they frame it as a collaborative project worthy of your analytical skills. They're lying, but they weave a narrative so intricate you feel like you're solving a puzzle instead of spotting deception. The more complex their explanation becomes, the more mentally invested you become in understanding it. And the more invested you are, the less likely you are to question their motives. Intelligent people fall for this because complexity feels like a challenge. It feels like something only a smart person can decode. And while you're analyzing the puzzle, you never stop to ask the most important question: why does this even need to be this complicated? Machiavelli understood the power of complexity. He said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Manipulators reverse this by making intelligent people feel foolish for choosing the simple explanation. But simplicity is where the truth usually lives. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I look for simple truths beneath complex explanations. Number 3, the false dilemma authority. This tactic is one of the most deceptive because it hides inside something intelligent people trust: logical decision-making. Manipulators know that smart people like you don't respond well to direct commands. So instead of telling you what to do, they control you by controlling the options you think you have. They present what looks like a clear, rational choice, but the choice is fake. It's a false dilemma designed to guide you exactly where they want you to go. They say things like, you can either help me with this project and show you're a team player, or refuse and show everyone you don't care. You can trust me with this information, or you can let the situation fall apart. You can invest now like smart people do, or stay where you are while others get ahead. Notice what's happening here. Both options accept their hidden premise. Your intelligent brain immediately begins analyzing which option is better, and you stop questioning whether these are the only options in the first place. That is the trap. Smart people fall for false dilemmas because the structure feels familiar. In work, school, and problem solving, you're constantly choosing between predefined options. You assume the person presenting the choices understands the situation. Manipulators exploit this assumption. Instead of asking yourself, which option is better, you should be asking, what options are they not telling me about? Machiavelli understood this perfectly when he said, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. False dilemmas make manipulators appear reasonable when they're actually limiting your thinking. The danger is subtle. You feel like you're making an independent, intelligent decision, when in reality, you're only choosing within the trap they designed. Here's your reminder. Real situations almost always have more than two options. Real decisions rarely fit into neat little boxes. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I question the options I'm given, not just which one to choose. Number 4, the intellectual isolation strategy. This tactic is subtle, powerful, and specifically designed to separate intelligent people from the very support systems that would protect them. It starts with flattery, not about your intelligence this time, but about your uniqueness. Manipulators say things like, you're the only one who really understands this. Most people aren't on your level. You see things others can't. It feels like recognition, but it's actually isolation wearing a mask. Once you accept the idea that others can't understand you, the manipulator becomes the only person who can, and that gives them exclusive influence. Next, they undermine your trust in the people around you. Your friends mean well, but won't understand this. Your family doesn't think the way you do. Your co-workers are threatened by your intelligence. They don't tell you to avoid these people. That would be too obvious. Instead, they give you intellectual reasons to dismiss them. And because you've been misunderstood before, because you've had ideas others didn't grasp, because you've seen things others missed, the isolation feels familiar. It feels true. But here's the danger. Once the manipulator becomes your primary source of validation, your critical thinking weakens, your perspective narrows, your independence shrinks. Machiavelli understood this when he said, divide and conquer. But in psychological manipulation, they don't divide you with conflict. They divide you with superiority. Remember this, your intelligence gets sharper when exposed to different perspectives, not when confined to a single voice. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My intelligence strengthens with diverse perspectives. Number 5, the intellectual investment trap. This is the most dangerous manipulation tactic of all, because it uses your intelligence not only to trick you, but to keep you trapped. Here's how it works. First, the manipulator gets you to make a small intellectual commitment. Maybe you help them solve a problem. Maybe you agree with part of their logic. Maybe you offer advice. It feels harmless, even helpful. But once your mind engages, you begin constructing a mental framework around their situation. You start connecting ideas, analyzing details, building explanations. You begin to invest. Then they escalate. They bring you more details, more complexity, more layers that build on your earlier reasoning. And because you've already spent time and mental energy on it, walking away now feels like abandoning your own intelligence. This is the sunk cost fallacy, but for smart people, it's emotional and intellectual. You don't want to admit that your earlier analysis might have been incomplete, or manipulated, or simply wrong. So you double down, you rationalize, you justify, you reinforce a conclusion you would never have accepted at the beginning. Machiavelli hinted at this when he wrote, Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, but intelligent people judge by the mind, and once your mind is invested, your judgment becomes compromised. The trap is simple. The more you think about it, the more you believe in it. Here's your reminder. Real intelligence isn't clinging to past conclusions. It's having the strength to update them when new information appears. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I protect my intelligence by questioning my investments. You've now uncovered the 5 manipulation tactics designed to target intelligent people. The flattery that turns your strengths into vulnerabilities, the complexity that hides simple truths, the false dilemmas that limit your thinking, the isolation that separates you from support, and the investment trap that uses your own mind against you. But knowing these tactics isn't enough. Awareness is only the first layer. The real power comes from application. So here's what I want you to remember. When someone praises your intelligence too quickly, pause. When someone makes a simple request sound complicated, simplify it. When someone gives you only 2 options, expand the frame. When someone tells you others won't understand, seek more perspectives. And when you feel deeply invested in someone's narrative, step back and ask why. Your intelligence is not a shield. It is a tool, and like any tool, it must be used deliberately. Machiavelli wrote, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Wisdom is not about being right the first time. It's about seeing clearly and acting before the damage is done. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more content that exposes dark psychology, human behavior, and the hidden tactics used to influence your mind, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This journey into the mind has only just begun. Your intelligence is powerful, your awareness is your weapon, and your mind is your kingdom. Protect it.